What do you mean it's come back? What's wrong with it? We did everything that we were supposed to. If you haven't already subscribed, we're a new channel, we're growing, and every subscriber obviously helps grow the channel and things like that. So we've just hit 123 subscribers, I believe. We're not at thousands, we're not at millions yet, but one day, maybe. So remember to subscribe, share, comment, like, tell your friends, and continue to help us grow the channel. And thank you for everyone who has subscribed already. Post checks. Why do we post check? What is the reason for inviting the customer back to the workshop, to the studio, to basically pick faults in the wrap? So that's what we're going to go through. We're just going to explain why we do it, the process, and then this one, we haven't done anything on it yet. It's literally just come into the bay. So we'll go around, we'll inspect the work, and we'll go from there. Why? Why do we post check? So essentially a wrap is a sticker. I don't know how to word this correctly. I don't think it matters how good you are. You could be the best in the world, you could be the worst in the world. Things do move. The wrap does change state in a couple of weeks. Things, corners, edges do lift. Nobody is perfect, and that is the sole reason for the post check. We don't want our work out on the road for someone to walk past it and go, oh, who wrapped that? So every 2 weeks, they are asked to come back for us to do a once over on the vehicle. It is nothing more than a walk around and a check and rectify any small issues that are there. There is always something. There is always at least one problem. Like I said, nobody's perfect. So for me, it's just a case of we want the wrap to look its best. We want it to last as long as possible. We want the customer to be happy, and to invite them back is brilliant customer service. I've never had someone say, oh, I don't want to bring my car back. For example, the bonnet. So as you can see, there's no bubbles or anything like that. Sometimes if you miss an area with the squeegee, it might look fine in the workshop or in the studio, and then when it goes outside, if the sun hits it, there's air underneath that hasn't been squeegeed out, and sometimes you get a small bubble. You've got to look for that as well. This one, there's no bubbles anywhere, so that's absolutely fine. And the corners and the edges. So we're literally just going to go round and make sure, we'll lift the bonnet up in a minute and check the underside, but corners, edges, all the way around, that looks good. So we'll open the bonnet up. I don't know what side it's on. So we can lift up the bonnet and we can literally just go around and check that it's all still folded under. See, there's a tiny little bit here, just a tiny little bit that's just lifted on a corner. So it is nothing more. It's not affecting the top of it, it's not affecting the corner, it's just the underside. So we can literally it is literally the smallest bit. You probably can't even see it on my thumb. We can check in here, there's a tight 90-degree angle like this, where the bumper sort of comes out and then in. So what I would call a prime area for the material to lift is absolutely fine on there. So we can now just continue to work around the bumper, check in inlays, check in areas that have been stretched in and manipulated and things like that, and inside of wheel arches, obviously where the dirt and everything gets spat up is a prime area for vinyl to lift. So that's absolutely fine, that's good. This section here, this isn't an inlay, we actually did stretch the material in on this here. That is essentially or potentially a failure point. There is a high risk that or a higher risk that the material is going to fail here than it is here, for example, purely because that's flat and that has been stretched in. But it's been stretched in, it's been post-heated, and we wrapped this car about a month ago now. That's fine, all of that's okay. And on the other side, it's absolutely fine as well. We just continue to walk round, carry out the checks on all the corners, on all the panels, and yeah, we go from there. So we're going to do a time lapse. Come this way, we have found 2 problems. On the corner of this door here, can you see that? That tiny little bit there that's lifted?
Yeah.
So that needs to go back down. So it's obviously not going to just go around and stick. It's not going to stay there. So a little bit of primer does do the trick. That's going to cause some controversy. Some people will say, oh, others not so much. But a bit of primer does do the trick. Obviously, we're not going to rewrap the whole door for that tiny bit. We could just trim the edge, but then there's the risk of exposing a bit of silver, which is the colour of the car originally. So just a little bit of primer, 3M Primer 94, and that will stay down. And then the same here. Ramsey is modelling on the corner of this bumper here, just on this edge. The material has just literally lifted a fraction. Ramsey, you're in the way. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Don't want a kiss, thank you. The subscribers don't want to see you. You are literally... Right, in. And you. As you can see, there is a slight lifting there.
Shine some light for us.
So we need to, again, we can just put a tiny little bit of primer on there and that will stay down. The rest of the car, it looks absolutely fine. So we've got 2 little issues to rectify. Overall, that video, I mean, this video is no longer than, what? It's no longer than 10 minutes. It's probably a bit shorter than 10 minutes. So that's real time. I know we time lapsed around the car, but it was literally a couple of minutes. So a 10-minute post check keeps everybody happy. Don't tell me you haven't got time to do 10 minutes. We can always find 10 minutes in the day. We can rectify that. We know that the car's out on the road. The wrap is in good condition. The customer is happy. So there is no reason, in our opinion, not to do it. It's just good customer service. If you like this video, or you found it useful, or you think that you're going to adopt post checks into your wrap shop, then highly recommend it. So remember to subscribe, remember to like, share, do what you need to do, and we'll see you in the next one.